We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where you see the final score there. Dak Prescott, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Cooper Kupp, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they were winners in that ball game as they beat the visiting Washington Commanders. Geno Smith, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. It was a strong first half for the former Spartan, Kenneth Walker. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. For the moment, they're on top of their division, projected to host a wild card game in the first weekend, but nothing is set in stone. There's a lot of shuffling that can still go on here. They haven't even clinched a playoff berth.
A lot goes into that one word you use, doesn't it? But. You're exactly right, because nothing's clinched. So that means another win is necessary, being able to play to the best of their abilities, because they can go from where they are right now to right out of the playoff race. If things go in the wrong direction for them, they've got to take care of business.
Stroud sets up the play action. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
The second down throw now from Stroud. Hauled in over the middle by Rager. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
First down, Cowboys.
18 Cardinal.
Throwing now is Stroud. He completes this to Walker. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Just about every downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. Touchdown! Quez Watkins. 27 yards. And the Cowboys have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
York to kick off.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
First down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
To throw is Wilson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback. And you know what a free runner turns into?
What?
A free hitter.
Now connect.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. They'll look to set up his blockers. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over first and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On second down, it's Stroud. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Trying the left side with Walker. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And Walker once more. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Here's Walker. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ken Walker with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have got it on cruise control. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They start the drive with Cook. Gets past one man. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Taken down by Pete Werner.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Now Wilson on second down. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That is caught, and he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 40. That third down conversion good for 23. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
To throw again is Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Jaguars are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now it's Wilson. Touchdown Jaguars. David Njoku, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York? A big seam, and he might go all the way. Elijah Moore, touchdown, Cowboys. Elijah Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cowboys stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense.
And here we go as he sends this one away. And just shutting him off there. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here's Wilson to throw. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Wilson now to throw on third down. And complete right side to Cook. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Tempo.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Escaping the pressure right. He's got the connection to Moore. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Ready?
From the gun, it's Walker. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead. Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Fighting his way through contact. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Steps away to his left. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Very quick throw. He's got Myers. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a contour, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Now Wilson changing the play. They'll look to throw again. And that is taken in by Njoku. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called because he doesn't feel like there's going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin. He's got him in, complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. They give this one to their receiver, Watkins. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw complete there to Moore. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, and what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Extra point by York is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.